Hello and welcome to a quick discussion about the upcoming World of Warcraft patch 6.2. The major talking points for that are, as many people already know, Tanan Jungle, and the shipyard. Those are the two big things. While I discuss, I'm just going to quickly do some of these garrison things, because it looks like we're going to be doing some more garrison stuff if you actually do want to make use of the update, because of the shipyard being something you get at level 100. Do a couple, it sounds like a couple short quests in order to unlock it, and then it says you need to collect oil in order to run the missions, so it's going to force you to go out in order to let other people do these cool battleship quests. You have to basically do the collection to let other people have the fun, which, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun to me. But it's what Blizzard's going with. The hope is that it's just building up to whatever's going to be in the next expansion, which a lot of people think it's going to be South Seas. Now, if it is, they're going to have designs at least. Not that they're the hard part to make. It's the gameplay aspects that are actually difficult. But I think they're going to use something like similar in their next expansion, similar to the shipyard. Because I don't see a lot of people really using it unless the rewards are incredible, in which case it wouldn't make much sense, because you don't really have to put any work aside from collecting oil to get rewards for it. So, aside from that, Tanan Jungle, there's been a tour uploaded by Blizzard, and it looks like, to me, that's one of my two favorite kinds of zones are jungles. I loved Stranglethorn Vale for what it was. I could only handle so much at a time because of how big it was. And then I also like Arctic areas, which makes me upset because I have Alliance and I don't really have anything to do in Frostfire Ridge. That's the only Arctic area in Draenor. And there weren't any in Burning Crusade. There were a ton in Wrath of the Lich King, which I think was the best expansion. As far as I know, there weren't any in Cataclysm, which is my least favorite. I actually liked Pandaria more, but back to the Tanan Jungle. I think that's just something new to do. More quests, and just it'll get people out and doing stuff. I think there's a mention of daily quests, which I thought they were kind of getting rid of in a way. But if they're back, it's probably for the best, because it's doing something more than what you do in the garrison, which is exactly what I'm doing now, collecting my resources, sending other people out to do stuff, and not much else. Oh yeah, I have to go mining. But another aspect, which I'm going to go over now because I'm going to my salvage yard, is the stackable gray items, which they're acting like it's a big deal that they're having the stackable gray items, but it's really minor. It's something they could have done without a major patch. And I think it's nice, but I don't think they should be advertising it as something so great when it's just a little tiny thing that they're adding to the game. They'll save some bag space, and that's all. Oh yeah, another thing they're adding is, of course, hold on. They're adding the what was it, level 6 or 5 and 6 for upgrades on what equipment, which will raise them up to, I believe it was 700 or 710. So, you know, something more to do. Keep upgrading your shit to be as OP as possible. And that's going to occupy time for people, and that's definitely what they need, is to have people actually playing rather than logging on for 5 minutes at a time to run their dailies. And sorry, garrison missions. They're not quite, they don't want to be called dailies, even though that's exactly what they are. Aside from that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else they're really adding. Let me see. Mounts. They're adding new mounts you can collect with Apexis crystals. Removing the cap on it so you can have as many crystals as possible. But I saw stuff from PTR that one of the mounts is 150,000 Apexis crystals. And if you look at what I have right now, I have 11,000. You know, it's not too bad, but compared to 150,000, it's not much. I don't know how I forgot this, but I just remembered flying. If you complete the achievement to, basically it's exploration. I don't know exactly what goes into it, but as far as I know, it's running quests in Tanan and probably exploring all the zones. And then you can unlock flying in Draenor, which makes sense because not everyone wants to ride everywhere. I think it will help some. You already have the flight mechanics in, so it's not like they're doing anything really massive to overhaul things, but it's gonna make a lot of people happy that just want to fly places. But in the same breath, they want people to explore, run around. They're keeping that in there too. Basically, you're rewarded for actually, you have to work for it rather than just throw some gold out and unlock flying like you have in the past expansions. But aside from those things, I haven't noticed much. I think it's going to be definitely better than the 6.1 patch, which added the selfie camera or upgraded it, or one of the two. But Shipyard, I don't think is going to be a big deal. It's just more of the same. The Tanan Jungle is going to give Level 100 people a lot of quests to do. You know, give people better equipment really easily so they can run rogue dungeons consistently. And what else? The flight, open up the world a bit more. I've heard people saying that Draenor is small, and it seems like it's, at least to me, it's compact. Like, it's not, geographically it might be smaller than like Northrend or something, but Northrend was fairly spread out, and Draenor is like, there's a lot around. Like, every corner you turn there's something, even if it's just the treasure hunting stuff, which I haven't done a whole lot of, but it's something. It's not open space like the Barrens, which literally is open space. But a lot of Azeroth was open space. It was running from, like, one of my worst memories is going through wetlands, running all the way across the entire map just to get to, what was it? Menethil Harbor? And getting there to, just get, like, 5 quests, and then, like, half of the wetlands wasn't even used. Same with, like, Arathi Basin. It was a ton of open space. And it was treated like it was better because you ran more, but they're both good in their own way, if that makes sense. Like, running around, like, the big open spaces can be useful simply because it spreads people out, and if you have a lot of people playing on the same server at the same time, you know, more room for them. But with the Draenors set up, you're not running into a lot of people out in the world. So they're hiding inside the garrisons, running their missions, and just quitting, or they're still in like Stormwind. But that's all I wanted to say. Got pretty much everything done here. Oh, I have to send people out for there to do the fun stuff. But that's all today. Just wanted to rant about that. I'm actually kind of excited. Yep, falling down. I'm kind of excited. I'm not going to get my hopes too high. It'll be a couple weeks of enjoyment, I think. But it'll be something. Hopefully the next patch will be something a lot more fun. But that's all. So, see ya.